Portrait of Eric Williams, MC, painted by Stanley Spencer in 1954. The portrait of Eric Williams was painted during Stanley Spencer's last decade, at the stage in his career when he was especially in demand as a portraitist. The oil painting followed an initial pencil sketch with which Spencer was dissatisfied. Most of the 2 weeks taken to complete the oil painting was spent portraying the stitches of the sitter's sweater. The ribbed sweater is a key feature of the picture, not only because of the time and effort taken to paint it, but also the fact that it occupies a large area of the image. The depiction clearly shows how the woolen sweater follows the contours of Eric's shoulders. It looks warm and comfortable to wear. The collar of the checked shirt worn under the sweater is also displayed. It could be brushed cotton, which would add a warming texture against the skin. Eric Williams was a former Second World War RAF pilot and prisoner of war, who famously escaped by digging a tunnel and using a vaulting horse to hide the breakout operation. Here he is bronzed, and his expression is thoughtful. He is someone at ease. His attire suggests a relaxed mode, in contrast to a formal uniform worn during harsh times of war. The garment's soft textures are complemented by that of William's hair and beard, and contrast with the hard surface of the wall behind. The colours of hair, garments and background are muted but warm. Head and shoulders extend to fill the frame, and only part of the boat and picture on the wall are shown in the background. This cropped composition somehow gives equal weight to the characteristics revealed in the sitter's face and those suggested by his attire. The repetition and rhythms of the sweater's stitch marks are echoed by the pattern of the wall's brickwork. The ribbed collar has been folded over, with casting-off stitches clearly shown. There is some tension in the shoulder seams, where back and front have been joined. The depiction of woolen clothing appears in some of Spencer's other works. Portrait of Mr. and Mrs. Bagot shows similar detailing of knitted textile, as well as the construction process of fabric from yarn. At the time of these paintings, hand knitting continued to be a popular and practical pursuit, having experienced a boom during the 1940s, when it was promoted as being vital to the war effort. In an earlier work, The Wool Shop, painted in 1939, Daphne Charlton is matching some wool against her jumper. Cascading coils of wool take on a rope-like appearance on a different scale to strands of yarn in Portrait of Mr. and Mrs. Bagot. Both could be compared to ropes illustrated in the Port Glasgow paintings. In earlier paintings in which characters are apparently dressed in woolen tops or jumpers, the emphasis seems to be on pattern, whereas the essential tactile nature of the sitter's sweater is in striking evidence in Portrait of Eric Williams.